best there was and the best there ever will be.
You know, don't be in a rush to try to find the next Michael Jordan. It's not going to be another Michael Jordan.
During a 2007 LA Lakers preseason broadcast, Phil Jackson was asked how he thought Michael Jordan would perform today. Phil said, "Michael would average 45 with these rules. You can't even touch a guy now," says Charlotte coach Larry Brown, who also coached the 2004 Pistons defense. "The college game is much more physical than our game. I always tease Michael. If he played today, he'd average 50. Now, look what Michael Jordan says. "The history book inspires them to be some of the best," said Jordan. "Rules have changed to help them. I could have averaged 50 points today." Question for Clyde Drexler. In the current league where there is no hand checking and no rough play, how much better would your numbers be? Here's Clyde Drexler's response to the question. "Oh, tremendously better. From shooting percentage to points per game, everything would be up, and our old teams would score a lot more points, and that is saying something because we could score a lot back then. I do think there should be an asterisk next to some of these scoring leaders, because it is much different trying to score with a forearm in your face. It is harder to score with that resistance. You had to turn your back on guys defending you back in the day with all that hand checking that was going on. For guys who penetrate these days, it's hunting season. Yes, now you can play floating zone legally, but teams rarely do." Craig Hodges is the Lakers shooting coach. Get a look at what he said. Question: if you could take one player in their prime, would you take Michael Jordan or Kobe? Craig Hodges answers, MJ all day. There's no comparison. MJ could score 100 points in this era. You can't hand check now. Imagine that. Trying to guard MJ. It would be crazy. Hall of Famer Rick Barry, a keen observer of the game, said he would love to see players of the past getting to attack the basket under the new officiating. They'd score a lot more, he said. Tex Winter said, "Players today can get to the basket individually much easier." Asked if he could defend Jordan under today's interpretation of the rules, Dumars first laughed, and then he responded, "It would have been virtually impossible to defend Michael Jordan based on the way the game's being called right now." This is a quote from Scottie Pippen, and I will leave you with this. The defensive rules, the hand checking, the ability to make contact on a guy in certain areas have all been taken away from the game. If Kobe could get 81, I think Michael could get 100 in today's game.
And the 24-second clock goes down, and Bird and Laimbeer go at it.
Rambis. And now let's watch it. Cooper and the Celtics, and now the bench is empty.
Escalated their physical defensive attack. And right now, it's what we have to play through. You have to learn to play through that. And sometimes we're hanging on for our life out there with the ball or under duress with physical